Situated in the heart of Europe, Austria is a crossroads of Central and Eastern Europe, bordering countries like Germany, Italy, and Switzerland. With over 60% of its landscape dominated by the majestic Alps, this country is an outdoor enthusiast's paradise year-round. Austria was once the center of one of the most powerful empires in European history. The Habsburg dynasty ruled over vast parts of Europe for more than 600 years, and the country still boasts the grandeur of this imperial past. The country's capital, Vienna, is often referred to as the City of Music, having been home to legendary composers such as Mozart, Beethoven, and Strauss. Austria is a beautiful gem in the heart of Europe for sure. It's home to one of the most beautiful drives in the world. The Grossglockner High Alpine Road winds through the breathtaking Alps, offering stunning views of the country's tallest peak, the Grossglockner, standing at over 12,000 feet tall. These are just a few fascinating facts about Austria, a country that seamlessly blends centuries of imperial history with modern innovation. If you are considering a visit, or perhaps even making Austria your new home, there is much to learn about this stunning Central European country. Austria at a glance: geography, history, and culture. Located in the heart of Europe, Austria shares borders with Germany, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Italy, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein. The country covers roughly 83,000 square kilometers, offering a landscape as diverse as its cultural history. Austria's geography is dominated by the Eastern Alps, which make up around 60% of the country. Its capital, Vienna, is nestled on the banks of the Danube River, offering a harmonious blend of old-world charm and modern urban life. Historically, Austria was the heart of the Habsburg Empire, one of the most influential royal houses in European history. From the 15th century until the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire in 1918, the Habsburgs ruled much of Central Europe. Today, Austria is a federal republic with a parliamentary democracy, known for its neutrality and diplomatic prowess. The Austrian people are proud of their rich cultural heritage. Music lovers will recognize Austria as the birthplace of famous composers, such as Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and Franz Schubert, and as the home of the world-renowned Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra. The architectural beauty of Vienna, Salzburg, and Innsbruck, among other cities, speaks to the country's artistic and imperial past. A tourist's dream: Austria's highlights. For visitors, Austria offers an array of attractions. Vienna, the capital, is a treasure trove of imperial architecture, cultural institutions, and coffeehouse culture. Highlights include the Schönbrunn Palace, the former summer residence of the Habsburg family, the Belvedere Palace, and the Vienna State Opera. Salzburg, the birthplace of Mozart, is famous for its Baroque architecture and the annual Salzburg Festival. Nature enthusiasts will be enchanted by the alpine landscapes of Tyrol, where skiing, hiking, and mountaineering are popular. Another must-see is the Hallstatt village in the Salzkammergut region, famous for its picturesque views and ancient salt mines. Austria's natural beauty is unmatched, whether it's the serene lakes of Carinthia or the towering peaks of the Grossglockner, the highest mountain in Austria. Austrian Society. Who are the Austrians? The people of Austria are known for their politeness, formality, and respect for tradition. Austrians take great pride in their history and culture, and this is reflected in their way of life. In Vienna, for example, the coffeehouse culture is more than just a place to drink coffee. It's an institution, a meeting place for intellectuals, artists, and ordinary citizens alike. Austrian women play a significant role in society, with high levels of education and professional engagement. Gender equality is an important issue, and Austria has made strides in closing the gender pay gap and improving representation in leadership positions. However, traditional gender roles are still present, particularly in rural areas. The political landscape in Austria is relatively stable, with a focus on social welfare, environmental sustainability, and neutrality in international relations. Austria's neutrality has been a core aspect of its identity since World War II, and the country is often seen as a mediator in international diplomacy. Vienna, the imperial city of music and art. Vienna, the capital of Austria, is not only the political and economic hub of the country, but also one of the most culturally vibrant cities in Europe. The city has long been associated with music, art, and imperial grandeur, having been the center of the Habsburg Empire for centuries. One of Vienna's most famous landmarks, Schönbrunn Palace, was the summer residence of the Habsburgs. The Baroque palace boasts over 1,000 rooms, each more luxurious than the next, along with beautiful gardens that invite visitors to take long, leisurely walks. The palace is also home to the world's oldest zoo, the Tiergarten Schönbrunn, which opened in 1752. Another imperial marvel, Hofburg Palace, was the winter residence of the Habsburg dynasty. It now houses multiple museums, including the Imperial Apartments, the Sisi Museum dedicated to the life of Empress Elizabeth, Sisi, and the Albertina Museum, home to a vast collection of graphic art and modern masterpieces. Music lovers flock to the Vienna State Opera, one of the most famous opera houses in the world. It's known for its exceptional acoustics and stunning performances, ranging from operas to ballets. If you are lucky, you may witness the famous Vienna Opera Ball, an event attended by international celebrities and Austria's elite. Vienna's Museumsquartier is one of the largest cultural complexes in the world, housing contemporary art museums, galleries, and spaces for creative expression. Highlights include the Leopold Museum, known for its collection of Austrian modern art, particularly works by Egon Schiele and Gustav Klimt. Vienna's coffeehouse culture is a UNESCO-listed intangible cultural heritage. A visit to traditional Viennese cafes like Café Central or Café Sachet isn't just about sipping coffee. It's about experiencing an integral part of the city's social life, where locals and visitors alike meet for hours of conversation or quiet reflection. Salzburg. The birthplace of Mozart, Salzburg, often referred to as the Rome of the North because of its beautiful Baroque architecture, is one of Austria's most picturesque cities. Set against the backdrop of the Eastern Alps and famous for its historical and musical legacy, Salzburg offers visitors a unique blend of culture, history, and natural beauty. Perched high above the city on the Festungsberg mountain, Hohensalzburg Fortress is one of the largest and best-preserved medieval fortresses in Europe. The panoramic views from the top are breathtaking, and the fortress itself is a glimpse into Salzburg's military and political past. Salzburg is the birthplace of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, one of the greatest composers in history. Visitors can tour Mozart's birthplace, now a museum, and Mozart's residence, which contains fascinating exhibits on his life, family, and music. Every summer, Salzburg celebrates its most famous son with the world-renowned Salzburg Festival, which showcases opera, concerts, and theater performances. Mirabell Palace, built in the 17th century, is famous for its stunning Baroque architecture and beautifully manicured gardens, which feature prominently in the classic film The Sound of Music. Visitors can walk through the dwarf garden and admire the intricate sculptures, fountains, and flower arrangements. The Austrian Alps, a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. The Austrian Alps are a natural paradise for outdoor lovers, offering year-round activities, from skiing in the winter to hiking and mountaineering in the summer. With towering peaks, crystal-clear lakes, and lush valleys, the Alps are one of Austria's most beautiful natural highlights. The Tyrol region is famous for its ski resorts, including Kitzbühel, St. Anton, and Innsbruck. During winter, skiers and snowboarders from all over the world flock to these resorts for some of the best slopes in Europe. In the warmer months, Tyrol transforms into a hiking and biking paradise, with countless trails winding through picturesque villages, alpine meadows, and rugged mountain ranges. For those who prefer a scenic drive, the Grossglockner High Alpine Road offers one of the most spectacular driving routes in Europe. This road takes you through the heart of the Hohe Tauern National Park, offering breathtaking views of Austria's highest mountain, the Grossglockner, which stands at over 12,000 feet. Along the way, you can stop at viewpoints, visitor centers, and small alpine villages to take in the awe-inspiring landscape. This popular holiday region is known for its stunning lake, Zeller See, and the nearby Kitzsteinhorn Glacier, where skiing is possible year-round. In the summer, visitors can enjoy swimming, sailing, and cycling around the lake. while the surrounding mountains provide endless opportunities for hiking and exploring. Innsbruck, the capital of the Alps. Innsbruck, the capital of Tyrol, is a city where imperial history meets alpine adventure. Surrounded by towering peaks, Innsbruck offers a unique combination of cultural attractions and outdoor activities. Innsbruck's most famous landmark is the Goldenes Dackel, Golden Roof, an ornate balcony adorned with over 2,000 gold-plated copper tiles. Built in the 15th century by Emperor Maximilian I, it now houses a museum dedicated to his reign. Located just outside of Innsbruck in Wattens, the Swarovski Crystal Worlds is a dazzling museum and art installation celebrating the brilliance of Swarovski crystals. The site features a giant, grass-covered head that spits water and houses an underground chamber filled with stunning crystal installations by contemporary artists. For those seeking adventure, the Nordkette cable car offers a quick trip from the city center to the high-altitude Nordkette mountain range. From the top, visitors can enjoy breathtaking views of the city below and explore numerous hiking trails, or in winter, hit the ski slopes. Danube River Valley, a scenic journey through history. The Danube River runs through Austria, offering travelers a chance to explore the scenic Wachau Valley, a region known for its rolling vineyards, charming villages, and historic castles. One of the most famous stops along the Danube is Melk Abbey, a stunning Baroque monastery perched on a hill overlooking the river. Its grandiose architecture and beautifully decorated interiors, including the marble hall and the library, make it a highlight of any visit to the region. This quaint village is known for its medieval castle ruins, where King Richard the Lionheart was held captive in the 12th century. The village, with its winding streets and charming facades, is also a great place to sample local wines from the Wachau Valley, particularly Gruner Veltliner and Riesling. Now, after experiencing some of the greatest places in Austria, let's talk about the living there, its costs, and visa residency options. Housing and real estate? The cost of living in Austria can vary significantly depending on where you choose to settle. Vienna, the capital, tends to be more expensive, with the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center around $2,000 per month. Outside the city center, rents are lower, with prices around $1,500 per month for similar accommodation. In smaller cities like Graz, Linz, or Innsbruck, rental prices are more affordable, with costs ranging between $1,000 to $1,200 for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center. For those looking to purchase property, the average price per square meter in Vienna is around $500 to $600. In rural areas, especially in the Alpine regions, property can be significantly more affordable. Cost of living and salaries. Austria is known for its high quality of life, but this also means a relatively high cost of living. Monthly expenses for a single person in Vienna, excluding rent, can range from $1,000 to $1,200. Grocery costs are reasonable, with items like bread costing around $4 and a liter of milk about $2. Dining out can be pricey. A meal in a mid-range restaurant will set you back about $50. As for salaries, the average gross monthly income in Austria is around $4,000. However, wages vary widely depending on the profession. The minimum wage is set at around $2,000 per month, while highly qualified professionals in sectors like IT, engineering, or finance can expect to earn between $5,000 and $7,000 monthly. Healthcare in Austria. Austria boasts one of the best healthcare systems in Europe. The country has a universal healthcare system, which is financed through social security contributions. Health insurance is mandatory for all residents, and most people are automatically covered through their employer. The healthcare system is highly efficient, providing access to high-quality medical care, specialist consultations, and hospital treatments. A visit to a general practitioner usually costs around $100 to $150 without insurance, while many services are fully covered by health insurance. Prescription medication costs vary, but a typical co-payment is around $10 to $15 per prescription. Living in Austria, relocating to the heart of Europe. If you're considering moving to Austria, it's essential to understand the practical aspects of settling down in this beautiful country. Austria, as a member of the European Union, EU, and the Schengen area, has visa regulations that vary depending on your nationality. UEA citizens do not need a visa to live or work in Austria. However, for non-EU citizens, obtaining a residence permit is necessary. The most common types of residence permits include red, white, red card for skilled workers, particularly those in shortage occupations, family reunification, visa for close family members of those already living in Austria, student visa for those enrolled in higher education, job seeker visa for highly qualified professionals looking for employment in Austria. In most cases, a residence permit requires proof of employment, sufficient financial means, and health insurance. Non-EU citizens also need to prove their German language proficiency at a basic level, A1 or A2, depending on the type of visa. Pros of living in Austria. Austria consistently ranks as one of the top countries in the world for quality of life. Vienna, in particular, has repeatedly been named the most livable city globally, thanks to its excellent public services, clean environment, and cultural richness. The standard of living is reflected in the well-maintained infrastructure, reliable public transportation, and safe, clean cities throughout the country. Whether you're strolling through the historic streets of Salzburg or hiking the pristine alpine trails of Tyrol, Austria's dedication to preserving its cultural and natural beauty is evident. Austria offers a comprehensive, high-quality healthcare system that is accessible to everyone. With universal health coverage and modern medical facilities, Austrians benefit from world-class healthcare. Health insurance is mandatory, and most residents are covered automatically through their employer. The country also ranks highly in terms of life expectancy, partly due to its excellent healthcare provisions and healthy lifestyle options. Similarly, Austria's education system is highly regarded. Public education, including universities, is either free or highly affordable for both citizens and EU residents, with non-EU students paying modest fees compared to other countries. Many Austrian universities, including the University of Vienna, rank among the best in Europe, particularly in humanities, social sciences, and research fields. Austria is a cultural powerhouse. From classical music to stunning Baroque architecture, the country has a rich cultural heritage that is still alive today. Vienna is known as the City of Music, home to famous composers like Beethoven and Mozart, and continues to be a hub for music lovers with its world-renowned opera houses and concert halls. The country's museums, galleries, and festivals are also a testament to its vibrant arts scene. Additionally, Austria's palaces, castles, and historical sites offer a deep connection to the imperial past, with cities like Vienna and Salzburg frequently feeling like open-air museums. Austria has an excellent reputation for safety. Crime rates are low, and Austrians place a high value on public order and cleanliness. Whether you're walking through the streets of Vienna or hiking in the countryside, there's a palpable sense of security and peace. Public spaces are kept clean, littering is uncommon, and there's a high level of respect for the environment. Public transportation is punctual and efficient, making it easy to get around both in cities and rural areas. Austria is at the forefront of environmental sustainability in Europe. The country has implemented strong policies focused on renewable energy, reducing carbon emissions, and preserving natural landscapes. Austria is also a leader in hydroelectric power, with renewable energy sources covering a large portion of the country's energy needs. For eco-conscious individuals, Austria provides a progressive and green environment. Living in Austria means you are at the heart of Europe. Thanks to the country's central location, it's incredibly easy to travel to neighboring countries like Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Hungary, and the Czech Republic. Austria's well-connected road, rail, and air networks make weekend trips to European cities simple and convenient, which is a huge perk for those who love exploring new destinations. Cons of living in Austria. While Austria offers a high quality of life, it comes at a cost, particularly in Vienna and other major cities. Rent in Vienna, for example, can be steep, with the average one-bedroom apartment in the city center costing around $2,000 per month. This, coupled with other living expenses such as groceries, dining, and utilities, can make daily life costly for expats, especially those on modest incomes or pensions. In smaller towns or rural areas, the cost of living is significantly lower, but still higher than in many other European countries. The high price of goods and services, from groceries to entertainment, can be a challenge for those moving from countries with lower living costs. It's important to carefully plan your finances, particularly if you're on a fixed income or relying on savings. Austria has a reputation for bureaucracy, which can be frustrating for foreigners, especially those from outside the EU. Obtaining residency permits, registering with local authorities, and navigating the tax and healthcare systems can involve a lot of paperwork, long waiting periods, and sometimes confusing processes. For non-EU citizens, getting a visa or work permit can be especially challenging. Many find the rules and requirements to be complex and the administrative procedures slow-moving, which can make settling in more difficult. Additionally, non-EU residents face restrictions on buying property, and there are certain requirements for financial stability and proof of German language proficiency. Language barriers may further complicate dealings with public institutions. While many Austrians, especially in urban areas, speak English, daily life often requires a good command of German, especially in more rural parts of the country. Official documents, government services, and even many job opportunities require proficiency in German. While learning the language is an excellent way to integrate into Austrian society, it can take time and effort, especially for older adults or those without prior knowledge of German. For expats who don't speak German, this can limit their social interactions and make it harder to fully immerse themselves in local life. Though Austria is progressive in many aspects, it is also quite traditional in certain areas, particularly in rural regions. Austrian society values structure, order, and formality, and this can sometimes feel rigid to newcomers from more relaxed cultural backgrounds. While urban centers like Vienna are multicultural and liberal, rural communities tend to adhere to more conservative values, particularly when it comes to gender roles and social expectations. This traditionalism can be a bit of a culture shock for people coming from more liberal or diverse societies. Austria experiences all 4 seasons, and while this can be a delight for some, it might be less appealing for others. Winters in the Alpine regions, especially, can be long and harsh, with heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures. In Vienna and other low-lying areas, winters tend to be cold and wet, with short days and limited sunlight. Summers can be warm, but the heat is usually less intense than in southern European countries. For those who enjoy outdoor winter sports, this might be a plus, but for others, the weather can be a challenge. Austria's job market is competitive, and while there are opportunities for English-speaking expats in sectors like technology, finance, and tourism, many positions still require fluency in German. For non-German speakers, finding employment can be difficult outside of these fields. The Austrian job market places a strong emphasis on formal qualifications, and professional recognition of foreign degrees can sometimes be a lengthy process. Expats without a strong command of the language or with qualifications from non-EU countries may face challenges in finding suitable employment. Thanks for watching this video about Austria. Hope it found you well. Until next time, here is another video about another country.